Hello friend and students. Okay, I'm back with like I promised from the last video. I'm back with the major scale. I will teach you how the major scale is created and what is it for. Okay, and also after this video, I will also teach you how to create a minor scale. Okay. So basically, there's a formula in music, okay? Just like in math. A lot of you probably surprised that music have mathematics in it, but it does, okay? So basically, in my previous video, I was teaching you about the steps, right? So if you don't know what a whole step is and what the half step is, please watch the previous video. And I will put the link in this video, in the description of this video for you to watch as well. Okay? So if you don't know what the whole step is, the W here is a whole step and H is a half step. So if you don't know what it is, then please go watch my previous video in the description before you watch this one again, and go back to watch this one again so it helps. Well, there's a formula for major scale. And why major scale? Because major scale will give you a feeling of brightness and happier, that sensation of being a little bit brighter and happier and more open, okay? So you see song that is written for dancing, it most likely they use it in a major scale most of the time, okay? So because when you dance, because you're happy, that's why you dance, right? Especially foxtrot or waltz, those kind of dance, even tango, okay? But again, opposite of major scale is minor, which is I'll explain in the next video, okay? Now, even though you have a major scale, it may be brighter, sound brighter, happier, more open, but you can even make it even better, okay? So I'm going to just briefly touch on that. So if you want a major scale to be brighter, you have to augment it, okay? So you have to raise it up, and I will teach you later on how to do that. But right now, just focus on the major. And also major scale can also diminish to make it a little bit sadder, okay? And just like the same thing with minor scale, you can make it happier, you can make it more. So most of the time, romantic song for slow dance, for singing that involve love, romance, any type like that, it's on the minor scale. All right, now focus on the major scale. This is the formula. So the formula is from the first note to the second note, it has to be a whole step. From second note to the third note, it has to be a whole step. But from the third note to the fourth note, it has to be a half step. Okay? And then from that on and on, as you can see, all the way to the end to the eighth note. Okay? So basically, this is your first note here, your second, your third, your fourth, your fifth, your sixth, your seventh, and your eighth. All right? And you wonder what he's really talking about here. So let's pick Q scale that I'm going to talk using as an example for this. So let's pick the C major scale. And why do they call a C major scale? Okay? So as you can see right here, we're going to pick C. Of course, I'm going to write the note C here, and this is C4. Okay? And if you don't understand what I'm saying, then you need to watch my other video. Now, as you can see, for example, if this is a C, which is a C4, it's a C, but I'm just assuming this is C4, okay? So as you can see on the piano too. Now, that's C, that's note number 1, okay? So C is note number 1. Now the next note is D. Has to be D because it has to be a whole step. So as you can see, there's a black note here. That's a half step. From here to the black note, a half step. From here to here is another half step. So that's a whole step. So you can put D in here. That's number 2 note. Now, it's said in this formula, from the second note to the third note need to be also a whole step. So from D to E, that's another whole step, right? So that's an E. And now they said that from the third, let me label this one so easier to recognize and for me to talk to. Now, from the third note to the fourth note have to be half step. So for some reason, for C major, E and F is already automatically half step. Okay? So that's a half. And now, from fourth to the fifth note have to be a whole step. So F to G, that's a whole step, right? Because there's a black key here. Okay? And now from fifth to sixth, to sixth is also need to be a whole step. Okay, so that's A. Okay, now from 6 to 7 note, that's have to be a whole step too. Okay, so that's a whole step. And then from 7 to 8, have to be a half step. Okay, so basically, you start with a C, you end with a C. Now, based on this formula, this is called a C major. Okay, so it would play like this. That's a C major. Okay. Now let's pick a another note to create a major scale. Okay, so let's pick another note, and we're gonna follow the same formula. Okay, so I'm gonna just put this over here, and I'm gonna put it right here. So let's pick D. Okay, so for example, I'm gonna put this like this. Okay, triple clef. All right. So let's pick a note D and create a major scale for that. Okay? So let's pick D instead of C. So let's start our D here. Okay? So D is the first note, correct? Okay? So D, from note 1 to note 2, which is E, it has to be a whole step, right? Because that's a W. That's a whole step, so you go ahead and put E in here. Okay, and then from number 2 to 3 have to be a whole step, but from E to F, right? But it's only half step, so it cannot be. So we cannot pick F. You have to pick F sharp. Okay, so that's why D major have an F sharp. Now from note number 3 to 4. It has to be a half step. So from F sharp to G, that's a half step. So G is perfect. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now let's pick for number 5, fifth. So from fourth note to fifth note have to be a whole step. Okay? So from G to A, that's a whole step. That's perfect. Okay? That's a whole step, and then that's note number 5. Now from 5 to 6, it requires that also is a whole step. So from A to B, that's perfectly okay. That's a whole step because there's a black key in the middle. Now from 6 to 7, it also needs a whole step. So 6 is B. Now you get the 7th note is C. C is a half step, so that doesn't work. you have to go to C sharp. Okay? So that's number 7. From 7 to 8 note to D, that's a half step. That's perfect. So to D. Now, for those of you who have learned the scale from me, you know that why D major have 2 sharp. Okay? And that's the F sharp and C sharp. The reason is like that because of this formula right here. Okay? Because of this formula, it produces a more brighter sound, a happier open sound. All right? So this is for major scale. All right? And the next video, I'm going to talk about the minor scale. And then we will show some example as well. All right? All right, hope this helped. So you understand how the major scale is formed and all that. So good luck, and if you have any question, I'm sure you do, please drop it in the comment section and ask me, and I'll respond back. All right? All right, take care. Hope this helped. God bless. Bye-bye for now.